Alright, I guess this is a good time to go and get started. Alright. Alright, what's up out there? Um Normally I don't stream this late in the night, but considering that I'm watching the Thursday night football game, figure I play while watching that and getting some reactions at the same time. Um so I did get to see a little bit towards the end of the second quarter, and it's looking as good as a game that I would expect it to be, even though the Packers and the Seahawks don't really have the record to they don't really have that good of a record at the moment. Um but right off the bat, like, I knew it would end up being a hell of a game. And for now, we're gonna be playing Spider-Man, which I'll probably be on for a while. Definitely a cool game to play, especially with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. You know, so so I imagine that there's gonna be a lot of people that, over the Thanksgiving holiday, gonna try to catch up with some games, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, so maybe even older games from earlier this year, games from last year. It's also a good time, if anything, to play classics.
1034, assault reported. Approach with caution. Officers needed in Central Park.
Keep forgetting to lower the TV. I would like to get the jump on these guys, but there's really nothing that I could try to latch myself onto to get the jump on these guys.
I can't let him hurt that victim anymore. Try and guess how I feel about bullies.
Oh, there's a red dot. Where are you, red dot? Where are you, you red dotted person? You running away? Why are you there?
I love laying out bullies.
That was amazing.
Alright, so I guess next I will go to a Kingpin hideout. Oh, it's right there.
Yuri, this place is full of fist guys with suspicious bulges. Guns. I'm talking about guns. obviously.
I can't order a raid over bulges.
Just a hunch, but there might be a public disturbance pretty soon.
Lady. Oh, sorry, I was like, I want my cat. Hold on.
Just between us, first time I saw the boss, I thought, you know?
What? He was out of shape? Yeah, a lot of people like that. Most of them are dead.
How did he get so powerful?
He trained with the sumo in Japan. It's all about mass death.
I've never seen a sumo do some of the stuff the boss does.
Well, he didn't just train with the sumo. But asking too many questions ain't good for your health, okay?
Lee. Sorry, just calling for one of my cats.
Heading over to his last position now.
Nobody's dumb enough to try something.
I see him! Heads up! He's airborne! You got this! Guys, hold on. Spider-Man! Fire in the hole! Show me what you got! I'll get him for you.
More guys? Okay, form an orderly line. I promise I'll arrest everyone.
You don't mess with the Kingpin and live. Back it down! Fire in the hole! Wait for that! You got this! Get down! Kick his ass! Why won't you die? Get down!
It's sad that when I see a mob rushing toward me, I assume they want to kill me. They always do.
You got this!
Sorry, getting accosted by a cat. Okay, and that was that.
Spider-Man. Every worker assigned to that site reported winning big in Atlantic City recently.
Quick and dirty way to launder money. Could be where Fisk keeps his cash these days.
We
shut it down, we'll really put the squeeze on him. I'm working on a warrant.
Way ahead of you. Reinforcements! Great! I was getting kind of sick of these other guys.
Damn it! I didn't want to grab that.
Whoop his ass! What's it take to stop him?
You're gonna have a bad day.
More of them! Find someone who cares about you like Willie's guys
why
care
aren't you
about
grabbing the
in
thing?
face, and you'll be golden!
Is someone trying to shoot me here? I'm wondering if
Your
I just
people
killed
won't
that
have any
dude.
problems here now.
And Wilson Fisk's problems just keep adding up. Nice going.
Alright, so let's see. I don't know what this football game. Huh. That was a great pass and catch. So yeah, so I've been trying to, as I kind of still at the beginnings of this game, I've been going around trying the different suits and their initial powers that they come with. You know, though I am aware, and I think it's pretty cool that the powers for the suits can be transferable, which is really smart idea because oftentimes, like in especially in Spider-Man games, because of the amount of outfits that he has had over the years, it's so far been pretty common to for him to have multiple outfits in these games, and in some games they might have various degrees of abilities. If anything, down to simple things like, you know, like wearing the symbiote suit or wearing certain other suits might give you infinite webbing. You know, or maybe increased damage, something, like, all depending. And in other games, sometimes they're just there. And in other games, sometimes they might have cool abilities or whatever, but you know, there might be an ability that you really like, but it's associated to a suit that you're like, maybe you're not a fan of, maybe you'd prefer to wear another outfit, but it has an ability or something that you don't care for. So it's cool that you can pick a suit, and the power for that suit, like, you can transfer it to whatever else. You can give yourself whatever other suit. So I think it was very smart to do that, so that way people can feel free to use whatever outfit, and they're not going to be beholden to that suit and its gifts or abilities that it might give you. So let's see. So far, of course, I've had, I used both these suits. This suit has no associated power, but when you get the repaired version of the suit, you get the ability Web Blossom, which I thought was a really cool move. I don't know if it necessarily like eliminates enemies, but I don't know, it was definitely a cool move to do. So far I like that. The battle focus that you get from this suit is really good as well. Basically it just helps you build oh, Aaron Rodgers got sacked. Surprised there's no actually I probably shouldn't be, but alright, so that was a hell of a sack. So, alrighty. Yeah, so it's cool because, it builds up your focus meter really quick. So you can get, a few a few finishers out, can heal a bit. So if anything, I would think that this ability is good for people who if anything, like people who want like an easier time to play this game, because with battle focus, if you keep getting your meter up, even if it's for a bit, that's a good few people that you're knocking out really quick. That's that gives you the potential to be able to heal yourself a few times. And so that way you always have some form of like an impending way to heal if if necessary. And I don't know this game well, but it might be necessary. Other than that, I just tried out the Noir outfit. Enemies no longer call for backup when alerted. I don't know, might have a better use like elsewhere. Couldn't really use it here, but otherwise it is a cool, it is a very cool looking outfit though. Oh, and then I think I also did, yeah, I was using the Homecoming outfit with the battle focus power. But otherwise it has no other associated use to it. It was kind of amusing to play as this outfit. So basically, what do I want next? Because I have Scarlet Spider outfit, which looks very, very cool in this game. Like, I've always liked the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider outfit, and it's not just a plain looking outfit in this game. Like, it actually looks very cool. Let's see, we got Spider-Punk, Iron Spider suit, and Velocity suit, which, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where this is from. I don't know if this is a thing somewhere. Like, maybe it's if it's from the comics, maybe it might be from maybe a suit he may have had when he had his own company for a bit, or when he worked with a major company. But otherwise, I don't know if this is a real thing or not. But let's do Spider-Punk. Let's see, so with this suit, he gets rock out, blast enemies with waves of righteous sound. Huh. I got a trophy for that. So, I mean, for the most part, like they did a really good job bringing in other suits into this game. Like they didn't just, you know, slap it on and that's it. So it'll be interesting to see what other suits are in this game, but I am a little surprised that you know, that the suits just came out so well. So yeah, so kind of curious and interested to see what other outfits are like in this game. Oh yeah, because before I lost my train of thought for a second there. Because normally in these games they like to you know, say what where the suit is from, you know, what's the story with it, things like that, but I don't see that at the moment, which is kind of a bummer. Not because like I don't know where it's from or anything like that for the most part, but sometimes it'd be, you know, cool to get a reminder, and plus it'd be good for everyone out there who don't know the origins of these suits, you know, to read up on them, and maybe they'll be interested in reading about it in the comics. Or if they use it in a future movie, maybe they'll recognize it. But so, even though, you know, no one else is here, it's just me babbling. But oh, that was a nice catch. And then he fumbled the ball. So dude catches it, he has it, he's running with it, and then somewhere down the line he fumbled. Like, I think while he was like fighting off the dude that was, you know, trying to tackle him, but I mean, is that count as an incomplete catch? Is it a catch but it's a fumble? Like, did he have control of the ball to make it a catch? Like, these, you know, this is practically like an investigation as they review this shit. So I guess I'm just gonna take the time to explain each of the suits. Maybe in the future, if there's other people watching and they're interested, I have no problems going through it. But to go through the ones we have now, we got the advanced suit, the suit specifically made for this game, which is, you know, an interesting suit design wise. It does look you know, very, very cool, very, you know, it what I like about these suits is that it's very cinema quality. What I'm not too crazy about, but it is interesting, you know, design choice is, you know, the white spider, you know, and other white accents like in the gloves or in the shoes. You know, so that's definitely you know, just an interesting take on you know, not only the color design of the outfit, but also, you know, the spider design, such. Yeah, if anyone's wondering what the hell that sound is, it's like my ice maker thing. It kind of went bad, and it trying to make ice, like it struggles really bad. Maybe I should unplug it. So hold on. Okay, and that's that. We'll no longer be harassed and accosted by the ice machine. So, anyways, yeah. So that's the suit for that was made specifically for this game. Never had it in, you know, it's never been seen or used before, and because the Spider-Man game does take place in its own Marvel universe, and in fact, this Spider-Man, this video game Spider-Man in particular, is going to be in the, I guess, basically the sequel to Spider-Verse, and um, and that's not the first time a Spider-Man, a video game-based Spider-Man, showed up in one of these games, because showed up in the comics, because in the original Spider-Verse, you do see Marvel vs. Capcom Spider-Man, and in an amusing but also kind of sad but still somehow amusing moment. Let's see. So then you got the classic suit damage, which happens during the course of the intro with your fight against Kingpin. But now you get the outfit itself repaired. So, you know, this is basically the classic outfit. I think there is some lining there, you know, that cinema level, you know, that big budget level lining that, you know, these superhero outfits get. But aside from that very minor detail, this is the classic outfit through and through. You know, even the original spider symbol, because I know some, you know, a lot of suits now, they kind of take liberties with the spider symbol now. You know, and I don't blame them. This is a funny spider symbol to have. I mean, it looks more like a tick, but whatever. But you know, this is what he's had since the beginning. You know, take away some minor details, of course, you know, whether it's how the eyes are done, the armpit webbings. So then we got the Spider-Man Noir outfit. This is from one of the alternate universe stories, which is basically like the Noirverse, I guess. Maybe it's called, I don't know. But basically, it's a Marvel universe that takes place for all these characters in, like, I think maybe like the 1920s. So, you know, like stuff like, you know, Prohibition era, basically. And you have these alternate takes on these superheroes. In particular, I'm not really too familiar with the rest of them, but I am with Spider-Man Noir, especially because he himself has been featured in a Spider-Man game before, and you get to play as him and in that universe, and that was in the Shattered Dimension game. So I got to be quite familiar with Spider-Man Noir through that, and kind of trying to remember like the details of his story. Like, I necessarily don't remember his origins or anything. So I'll have to like need a reminder on that. But you know, I know that in that universe, like, things are like a little bit darker. If I'm not mistaken, I think he even uses a gun. I think he, you know, actually, does he have? Yeah, here we go. He ain't gonna use it in the game, but yeah, no, he even uses guns. I think he's, I think he's cool with killing, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's a very cool outfit. Very, you know, like it looks almost like a bomber outfit maybe from back in the day. But it's very well done, very cool design on it. I like the face mask for it. Um, you know, and then they have the gun on the side, even though you ain't gonna use it. Be cool if you can, though. Alright, so next outfit we got is Scarlet Spider, which I gotta say I'm really impressed with how they handled this suit in this game, because you know, other than these you know, what I'm just gonna call like that cinema big budget level detail, and by that I mean like, you know, the lining on the suit, you know, the edges, like, you know, on the shoulder and on the sides, you know, so stuff like that. That's what I mean by big budget cinema level. But other than that, it pretty much looks like the Scarlet Spider outfit. So for anyone out there who watches this video and is curious about Scarlet Spider and doesn't not really aware, Scarlet Spider is actually a clone of Peter Parker. There was kind of this whole hoopla back in the day. There's a Clone Saga storyline, like, so basically, after the shortly after the death of Gwen Stacy, their professor tried to have a clone of Gwen Stacy, and also made a clone of Peter Parker, because I think what happened was he was trying to make, you know what, I don't remember those minor details. Like, I don't remember if he was just trying to clone Peter Parker and then he was like, oh shit, you have Spider-Man powers, or he was trying to clone Spider-Man and he was like, oh shit, like, you're Peter Parker. I don't know, I can't really remember those type of you know, those type of details, but regardless, we ended up with a clone Gwen Stacy and a clone Peter Parker. Real Peter Parker and clone Peter Parker fought each other until real Peter Parker, real Spider-Man, I shouldn't say necessarily win, but during the altercation, they did team up, but the clone Spider-Man ended up dying. So original Spider-Man, I think, threw him down like a smokestack or something, because he was dead, but he had to like hide his body in such a way that he's not found, because that'd be you know, if his body was discovered, like, that'd kind of be a weird thing to have to explain. So in so for the most part, that was basically that. We didn't hear much of anything clone related in quite some time. Even the clone Gwen Stacy, who ended up just moving to California and like right away, and that was that. Fast forward like you know, maybe about 25 years, which is like, you know, in our time, but in Marvel time, like a week. But they reintroduced the clone storyline. The clone that had supposedly died, in fact, lived. I don't recall you know, how he survived or how long he survived or whatever the hell. I don't remember that stuff. But what I do remember is he did come back. They ended up making him into a different Spider-Man character, Scarlet Spider. and then eventually there was some hoopla about that Scarlet Spider, the clone Spider-Man, was actually the real Spider-Man. That it was the real Spider-Man who got who actually died and then thrown into a smokestack and whatever. Either way, Scarlet Spider actually ended up taking up the mantle of Spider-Man after the former real Spider-Man was actually having a kid with Mary Jane and decided to retire. But then it ended up being revealed like, nah, that was not the case. The original Peter Parker that we all knew was the original from the get-go, is the real Spider-Man. We haven't been spending the last 30 years reading stories about a clone Spider-Man. And so original Spider-Man came back. He was Spider-Man again. When Scarlet Spider, when he took over the mantle of Spider-Man and also lived with a secret identity, he dyed his hair blonde and he went by the name Ben Reilly, which is obviously Uncle Ben's first name, and also Aunt May's maiden name. Eventually, though, Ben Reilly, he ended up dying. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was killed by the Green Goblin. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the Green Goblin. Can't remember which Green Goblin. Like, I'm kind of almost always want to say Norman motherfucking Osborn. But it could have been Harry Osborn, but I'm not positive. But I think, wasn't Harry Osborn a Green Goblin too? And shit, I'm just all kinds of confused. And we got multiple Spider-Mans, we got multiple Green Goblins. So that was basically that. We didn't have a Scarlet Spider again until Kane Parker. He ended up being another clone of Peter Parker, but I can't remember the details. I can't remember if he was like a clone of a clone, if he was like the original clone, but he was messed up in some way because he had like a facial disfigurement and whatever. And he went by the name Kane. But also Kane Parker or whatever the hell. And he was like, he was like an on and off enemy of, and by on and off I mean like he would just show up here and there, of the original Spider-Man. But in the Spider Island storyline that was kind of a few years ago, he was very much featured in that story, and I think like he kind of sacrificed himself or whatever, I don't know, Spider Queen nonsense that was going on in that story. But at the end of it, though, he didn't have a disfigurement, and he wasn't like completely batshit crazy. So he ended up taking up the mantle of Scarlet Spider, but with an all-new outfit. So I am kind of curious and wondering if that outfit's in the game. Since it's a very recent-ish outfit, it's only showed up in the last couple games. At the very least, it's been showing up in the Amazing Spider-Man games that came out, because oh wow, what a catch. Like, damn, Adams. So okay, it was a long deep catch too. Alright, sorry, just distracted. So yeah, so Kane Parker ended up taking mantle of the Skylar Spider outfit, and like I said, it's a recentish outfit, so I'm pretty positive it's only been in the two Amazing Spider-Man games that came out, because I think that's just how recent it is. But it's not this outfit. It's actually probably like the coolest Spider-Man outfit, like for me personally. But it's basically like, you know, all red like this, but it's also, you know, a little bit black. You know, when I say that, it probably sounds like the Miles Morales outfit, but no, it's not. It's you know, it has red eyes on it. Like, it's a really, really cool design. And when I played the Amazing Spider-Man games, like, that for sure was my you know, preferred outfit, because it's like the coolest looking one. But the Scarlet Spider suit looks very cool, and this suit at least shows up in most games that that feature outfits, at the very least since the Spider-Man game that came out on PS1 and Dreamcast. So that's the long story of Scarlet Spider. See. Then we got Spider Armor MK2 suit. In all honesty, I don't recall where this is from. I'm pretty sure it comes from the main universe. I don't remember why it exists or it's used, but I believe it was one of those like one-time things, like so many of his other outfits. Because one outfit that I don't think I see too much anymore is he made like an armor like spider suit that was gray and black. And he kind of used it when he was protection against fighting like the lizard, and he only used it like that one time and that was that. So that's the problem with a lot of these outfits, is that they could have been one-offs. Secret War suit. So this was for so there was I believe it was something called, like, there was a storyline called Secret War, not to get confused with you know, the original Secret War that happened in the 80s. But basically in that storyline they were secretly sneaking into Latveria in an unauthorized mission, and this is actually covered in if I'm not mistaken, is it covered in Ultimate Alliance 2? Because, you know, it goes over the Civil War storyline, because this was I think this was the major storyline before Civil War, and it kind of helped lead stuff towards that, you know, aside from also the what happened in Connecticut. But so anyways, because it was supposed to be a stealth mission, Spider-Man got a new outfit, and you know, in the comics, like, it just looks like, you know, it's just a regular outfit, just different color scheme. But here, you know, again, more that cinematic quality. Like, this type of blue though is really weird. Like, it's very shiny, so I find that kind of odd. I mean, the suit looks kind of cool. I'm not too crazy about it, in particular, especially this one, because it's very shiny. But oh, and I never really went over this armor, but it kind of looks very Tron-like. It does look very cool though. Like, I really like the helmet. Like, it kind of looks very sleek. But this is very Tron, like, which is fine. That's cool. So this one is referred to as the Stark suit. Don't know why I'm calling that. Should just, I don't know, call it Homecoming suit or something. But yeah. So this is the movie outfit, and you know, looks very much like the original outfit. You know, different, you know, spider symbols, kinda. But there's kind of like this black trimming along the outfit. You know, just overall, I mean, it looks cool. It's, you know, it very much looks like the original outfit, just with you know, just some new designs. Oh, but I never went over. So with Scarlet Spider, the reason why his belt is all like that, and I'm not necessarily sure why he has those pouches like that on his foot, but he actually does have exposed web shooter, and you see how the little vials that's supposed to be the web fluid cartridges. Um, he actually has auto loading web shooters. Like, so he was the one that kind of like started that, but he has it exposed like that, you know, for it to auto load. Yeah. So very cool, very pouchy. We liked pouches back then. It looks like he has his cartridges over on the sides. And, you know, he does have the... It seems like all the new ones have the exposed web shooter, as opposed to having the web shooter you know, underneath the suit. But maybe just having, like, you know, maybe something to show that it's there. And then we got Spider-Punk, who comes from an alternate Marvel universe. Not sure the story on that, but he is very much featured in the Spider-Verse story. Iron Spider suit from Infinity War looks very much like it. You know, and it does look kind of cool. I was never a big fan of the Iron Spider comic suit, especially the color scheme, because it's too Tony Stark, and it's I don't know. I was never really too crazy about it, but the way they had it in Infinity War, like, I thought it was cool, and they still had the gold trimming to at least associate it with, you know, Stark a bit. So very cool. The Velocity suit looks very damn cool, but I really don't know where it's from. It could be from the comics. If it is, then it's very... It must be pretty recent, like maybe within the last couple years or something. I'm assuming that it might be from his maybe from the time that he had his own company, which was Parker Industries. You know, but if he had it, he probably only had it for a really short time, because as far as I know, his company kind of went bankrupt. All right, so far that I mean, as far as what I think about the suit though, like, I think it looks very damn cool. Like, it's it kind of reminds me of like an Iron Man armor. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of an Iron Man armor of sorts. You know, the blue, green, teal, aqua, whatever the fuck color, that kind of is a giveaway that it might be Parker Industries related. But like I said, that's something that might have been like kind of recent. So I am kind of curious and interested what the other outfits in this game happen to be, how they look. So, but for now, we're gonna go with Spider-Punk, and for now, I'm gonna stop babbling, and yeah. Alright, so suit power, we're gonna go with Rock Out, and when we get a chance, we'll see how that is. FNSM, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I mean, his outfit... So this is, you know, the first major game that, you know, has this outfit, because, you know, it is a fairly recent character. But I think it looks really cool. Like, the spider suit design for it is, you know, it's pretty interesting with the white lining. Of course, he has a very punk rock aesthetic. Got the spikes along the head. Very interesting but cool design choice. You know, got the denim sleeveless jacket, you know, cut jacket. Got pins on it, whatever, and I can't remember what the little rocks are supposed to be called. I really can't remember. But, you know, he's got belt of it, he's got wrist of it, and dude's got sneakers. With a spider symbol on it, so very cool. Oh, you know what? His bracelets are also his web shooters, so that's kind of cool. It's also really cool to have these suits in this game because you get to have like such a close look at them. You know, I definitely like when these games, you know, add like, you know, alternate outfits for these characters because, you know, characters like Spider-Man, Batman, they've had, you know, so many outfits, and not just that, because they deal with multiverse or alternate storylines and, you know, all that other stuff. You get to see all those other cool outfits.
Wait, forgot how much I love photography.
All units, we have reports of a car crash. Civilians are trapped.
Oh,
Available
I'm right here.
officers, move in on Manhattanville.
Almost got it.
I'm gonna tell everybody you're for real.
Someone's trapped in that car.
Oh, there we go.
I've got you. Stay calm. Hey, Spider-Man! A bunch of guys tried to rob a store. The driver must have been hopped up. Caused the whole wreck. Whoever caused this wreck is nearby. Need to find and stop them.
Thanks, big guy.
I'm losing them! Gotta catch up. Hope you've got points left on your license, guys. That pile-up was a doozy. Here's your stuff.
people, I always thought Spider-Man was a few geese short of a gaggle, but this confirms it. As if that atrocious white spider wasn't enough, I've had repeated sightings of him in a new outfit. Some sort of punk rock-inspired thing that makes some people want to tear out their eyeballs with a rusty spoon. Now, I was
actually talking about
for
it?
the birth of punk rock, and I did not care for it then. It's a flagrant declaration of disrespect for authority, and if Spider-Man is going down that route... Oh, no, I just had a terrifying thought. What if this isn't the Spider-Man we know, but some sort of metal mohawk-wearing copycat? What if there's more than one? Jared, go to break. I need to lie down.
Oh my god, that was actually awesome. That, you know, because I'm wearing this outfit, that it made him, you know, that there was a whole little Jameson clip, like, about that, and, alright, that was pretty damn cool. That was hilarious. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's turn our asses around. Not quite like that, but whatevs. Whoa, that's a lot of planes. Birds. That's a lot of planes in the sky.
Yuri, I'm looking at a Fisk site where there's a lot of people, but not much work getting done.
That you can see. They're keeping it under wraps.
I'll turn over some rocks.
Maybe it's this? Alright. I'm gonna let me make a manual save. Because I could have sworn that when I like when I had an enemy, when I was looking at an enemy when I had him locked, I guess, or whatever, you know, it would give me the options to take him down, whatever, but it would also tell me like if he's you know, if it's safe or not to do it, but I noticed that hasn't been happening.
They get fired.
Yeah, the kind of fired where you don't gotta worry about finding your next job.
So yeah, I don't know. Is that like a suit thing? Like, why is it not quite happening? Oh, maybe I just have to hit the button. I like how I could just switch suits and shit on the fly. Which is a cool feature because in past games, like, either you had to do it like in the main menu, or you had to go to like a location, like his house or something, to keep changing it, but nope, do it on the fly. Okay, so I just have to do this in order for me to... Oh. Alright, I have to keep that in mind.
Even the rats are staying away. Comms check Alpha 12. Someone check on Alpha 12. Might have a busted radio.
Heading over to his last position now.
Alright, so I think the only people left to get are the ones that can see me if I do something about it. So, I guess the only thing that's left is to, well, announce ourselves. So, can I grab anything from here? Or I can, no, my app, no. Oh, well, there's no one around. Wait, is there scaffolding? No, there's not. I don't have anything that can maybe like lead them astray, so. Alright.
Anyone else? Yo, there he is! I don't like myself. Latecomers! That's a lot of tardy slips I'm gonna have to write!
What's that?
Backup's here! Why don't I have backup? Alright, nobody likes me!
Spider-Man, my sources say they're running exotic weapons out of that location. Explosives, rocket launchers.
Fisk does manage to get stuff you don't see outside the military.
That needs to stay off the streets, by any means necessary.
Reinforcements! You know there's different types of reinforcing. You could just say great job a lot.
You know what? Let's do this. Groovy. Oh shit.
More of them! It's kind of touching how badly you guys want to join your boss in jail!
Oh, what the hell was that all about? I do the bonus objectives, but I don't know if I get something out of it. I hope I don't. Like, you know, if there's a trophy associated to it or something. Because I'm not really trying to do it. I'm not trying to give a shit.
Suit, so you're close enough to Santa Claus for me. Thanks.
Huh. You know, so I don't know if that's gonna matter or affect me later on in the game where, oh, I'm gonna have to go and repeat it to make sure I get the objectives. Not that objectives seem that hard. I just don't give a shit. I'm just trying to play my damn Spider-Man game in peace. Having to worry about such thing. But so far the Kingpin hideout's been going pretty well. I don't know if this is all that ends up unlocking for the game. But looks like I only got that one left. His little guitar abilities seem kind of cool though. So I don't know. That might be something to consider using as opposed to the Web Blossom. Oh, got a new suit. What? Negative suit. What? I don't know where this could possibly be from. I don't know. Maybe it's a reference to Mr. Negative. That's the only thing I could think of, but otherwise, interesting. All right. And this suit, it unlocks, synchronizes nano mesh particles to unleash a devastating wave of negative energy. Alright. Alright. Got to experience Spider-Punk, even got a J. Jonah reference in there. Alright, so what's next? Because I can't get any of these suits yet. So the only ones I haven't used, I believe, are these two and Scarlet Spider. So let's go with Iron Spider. And then its ability is the Iron Arms. Wreak havoc with 4 articulate arms made from rapidly grown monoatomic iron alloy crystal. Alright, well, we'll see how that is. But so far, I am a big fan of the guitar. Alright. What the hell was that? You're supposed to do your thing. Oh. I go to the park.
Good shot.
I mean, not really, but okay. Whatever, you're the professional photographer. Guess I'll get this one. I figure out how. Yeah, let me get this one and then I'll go back down and get that. Oh, it's right there.
And that's why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
It'd be kind of cool if he had like some form of dialogue about you know, each landmark. Oh, I just realized the game ended. I was getting too into the Spider-Man game, but towards the end of the game it did get, you know, pretty wild, but Seattle Seahawks ended up getting out the win. It was a fast, well, no, I wouldn't say fast game, but...
Attention units, we've got reports of muggings in the area. Incident was reported in Central Park.
Someone's getting robbed.
Not really much I can do. So...
Oh, it is on.
Oh, that's real people.
Every two-bit mugger
That's
thinks
it?
he's the next Wilson Fisk.
Okay.
Well, they are going to jail, so...
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Okay, so Iron Arms is really fucking cool. It seems like the arms give no fucks who it's fighting. I'll have to test this out on other enemy types, though. You know, just to see how it works against them. But you know, like I said, Spider Arms didn't seem to give no fucks. So,
You don't mind, right?
all right, cool.
Hey, you got some kind of skin condition under that stupid suit or something?
Wow, what a dick.
Assault in progress. Gotta stop it.
Oh God, someone help me!
Spider-Man! You wanna fight? It's your lucky day.
Kind of waiting for the iron armor to come back up so I can test it on the big guys. Oh, I didn't realize, but me dodging counts as part of the combo. Oh, there goes that. Alright, focus bars. Cool, that's cool and all, but I don't want to use it yet. camera move like that.
Keep it up, Spidey.
I love laying out bullies.
Thanks. It used to be safe here.
Okay, so it gives no fucks for the big guys. So it probably wouldn't give so much of a fuck for like guys with the shields. So otherwise, it might be you know, a really cool way to kind of you know, like just beat the shit out of, especially like, you know, the bigger enemies with either the bigger enemies or enemies with the shield. You know, the ones with the weapons. So it might be good for stuff like that. So now I don't know. Do I like the arms or do I like the guitar better? You know, what's cool about, at least with this one, is that it's like you know, it's like a time thing, so, you know, I have it for like a certain duration. So, I mean, if I use it well, I could really wipe out enemies. It did seem like, as far as the big enemies goes, that it does take a few hits, like quite a few hits to take them down, and it seems almost convenient-ish in a way because it doesn't really like combo. It like, you know, it hits them away, and then I gotta like chase them down to hit them again.
Okay, Miss Spider-Man's
A lot shorter than I thought. Ooh, do the hand thing.
Lights back. Move left. Great. Forgot how much I love photography.
So. And oh, did I level up? I got a skill point or something? Alright, stealth takedowns generate much more focus. Might be an interesting thing to have, so have that. Huh, alright. Useful as well, but more points for that. Oh, we do have things that are worth 3 points. I'm trying to get all the 1 point things out of the way before I get the... So, I'll probably focus on this next. Hold square while in the air to swing kick enemies and send them flying. Okay. What's going on? Oh.
Wilson Fisk holds grudges. Who knew?
Yeah. I'll try a new suit. Try out this velocity suit. I think this is, yeah. So yeah. I guess micro jars allow for faster sprinting and real-time momentum transfer. Knocks down enemies. Is that something I really want to test out with the thing coming up? I might just stick to the iron Spidey for now because I really want to use that in the fight. I'll stick to this one for now.
That was awesome.
Oh, am I going the wrong way? Yep, going the wrong way. Going the wrong way, Spider-Man.
Don't want to miss May's party.
Oh. I think this is a Avengers Tower. Where am I going? Huh, that's cool. Alright, so it looks like I have to take a picture of the A. It's a good spot to do that. Huh. Alright, looks like I probably have to get to that building maybe. Get a good vantage point. Oh, can't see it from here. Oh, maybe I go to that building. Ready? I keep getting a context sensitive thing come up and I don't know why.
Avengers Tower is so cool, but they're never around to use it. I think they're probably somewhere on the West Coast right now. Probably surfing or something.
Huh. Okay. So in this Spidey universe, we at the very least, we have the Avengers. Don't know for how long we've had the Avengers, so I don't know. Kind of what the series of events are for this game as far as like the superhero characters goes. It doesn't seem like he's, the Sanctum Sanctorums in the game doesn't sound like he's met a Doctor Strange, or if there is even a Doctor Strange yet. At the very least, we know the Avengers are here. How long they've been a thing, don't know. We don't know if it's like the main Marvel universe where Spider-Man pretty much started at the same time as many of the other characters that started out as well. So, we don't know if the Avengers have been here years longer than there's been a Spider-Man, or if there's been an Avengers for damn near as long as there's been a Spider-Man. If indeed they don't really use this building and maybe they're on the West Coast, that could be a reference to the West Coast Avengers. That was a thing back in the day, and I think might be a thing again. I'm not too sure. But it definitely was a thing. I should probably decide what I'm doing next. Oh, yeah. Well, let me. You know what? We'll do Kingpin thing. Okay, so I'm gonna make another. So I'll probably play for about at least like another 20 minutes and then I'm gonna call it a night. I want to handle this. I don't really see where I can. Oh shit. Hold on, getting accosted by a cat. Okay. I have to figure my shit out. I didn't see like safe place to really start this shit.
Yuri, I found a Fisk construction site. Lots of busy worker bees up to no good.
Try to make some noise. If someone calls in a disturbance, I can send cars.
Noisy? I can do noisy.
Times like this are when you find out who your friends are. Boss has a long memory for that kind of stuff. How long you been with him? Since the old days. With Don Rigoletto. Damn. Even before the boss was the boss, huh?
I got out for 6 months. 6 months away from my wife. That's dedication.
Vince. Kinda quiet over there. You good? Crap. Vince isn't responding. Check his post. Yeah, checking now.
Going for it.
Alright, so it looks like these are the only guys left. Is there a guy there? Or is it just aiming for it? Okay.
Everyone knows not to mess with
Alright, there's not much I could really... not much else to do. Oh.
I know I'm back in. On. This will have our ass. Don't take it back. Start spraying.
No, what the heck was that?
I will be beating him.
Back up! For a guy in jail, fists men are awfully loyal. Hey, new arrivals! Did I mention this is a rent party? Chip in. No, for real, I need rent money.
Spider-Man, I just checked. There's been a rash of counterfeit bills in that neighborhood.
Counterfeit. That's a dying art. I'll do my part to make it extinct.
Flank him.
God damn it.
Give him the ball. You got this.
What the fuck?
Gotta stop it.
Bad haircuts, excessive cologne. Yep, more fist goons.
I'll get him for you.
More backup? Guys, Willie said to take the day off. Scout's honor.
You got this. You're done now. Kick and move. Down already. Come on.
Everything's quiet here now, Captain.
Great. That's one more revenue stream Wilson Fisk can't use to pay his lawyers.
how many more Fisk construction sites are there?
None. He had every one of them working overtime to bring in money.
Well, now he's gonna have a tough time keeping his operation running, which is bad for Fisk and good for New York.
I trust you've enjoyed yourself.
Willie, funny story. I was just at one of your buildings, and you'll be shocked to hear that there were shenanigans of the criminal variety. TLDR, Fisk construction is closed.
I have other sources of revenue, but you've inconvenienced me, and there will be consequences. My memory's long. My reach is longer.
I should make all the guys who've sworn to kill me fight it out for the privilege.
Actually, not a bad idea. So the spider arms seem mostly okay. It seems like it takes like one too many hits. You know, it could be useful for crowd control. You know, definitely for fighting against you know, other various enemy types. But alright, that's all the construction sites. Let's swap out suit. Go for this velocity suit. We'll see how this is.
Nice.
Can I take a picture of the raft from here? Yeah, I can.
The raft. When a regular maximum security prison just isn't enough.
Okay, cool. He... because there are a few where he'll say, like, you know, like the Avengers Tower or the Sanctum Sanctorum, he said stuff, but... I'm cool if he had something unique to say for all of them.
I got a bad
I should, go.
Check it out.
Magnifique.
Remember if this is the church from Daredevil. I'm pretty sure it is, but... I don't know. Hey, Rand Corporation.
Beautiful.
Radio City Music Hall. They sometimes have bands perform on top of the platforms.
Perfect.
And Rockefeller can't be far along.
Love it.
Huh. Street performers. That's kind of cool. Oh, I realized I could just take random pictures.
Do the hand thing.
Like, look at this lady dancing. Like, she's just... oh, what's up with this lady? Why does she have a context-sensitive?
Spidey! Hug? No, my mom would be mortified. Nice to meet you.
Huh? Okay, I messed something up. Alright, let's continue forth. Because I'm only going to play for about another 10 minutes. Oh, Times Square. This little interesting area here. So, Times Square, for those who aren't too aware of it, but if you've been playing video games, especially like Spider-Man, you always got a Times Square. Anything? Let's take a better look at this area. So basically here in this spot of Times Square, and you know it's Times Square in New York when you have, you know, all these big, you know, screens and ads and things. But here in this, so, oh wait, there's a person here.
The girls are gonna die. Die!
Take a selfie with someone, okay. I guess that's cool. Is that it? Wait. Oh, I can interact with newspaper? Kingpin knocked down, Fisk arrested for racketeering. Mayoral race, Osborn tops polls, corrupt cops, investigation by Ben Urich. Alright. So, Osborn is running for mayor, I guess. But has he been Green Goblin yet in this universe? I mean, I don't know. We don't even have a Doc Ock yet in this universe. Like, I'm like, how do you have a Spider-Man who's been a Spider-Man 8 years, and we're just now getting to a Doc Ock. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's interesting that we take it there, and it's very. It seems very, very, very reminiscent to the Spider-Man 2 movie. To that relationship, but we'll have to see how that gets handled, because in movies in general, but in the original movie in Spider-Man 2, I wasn't really a big fan of where you had the character of Otto Octavius, who seemed like he was, a good person or whatever, and basically he went evil because of like his arms, like just whatever computer chip thing, whatever the fuck, I don't know. And it kind of just made him bad from there. Like, it wasn't really one of those things where he made...
Can I get an autograph?
Oh, someone was asking for an autograph, but
Best
must be any...
vacation ever.
Okay.
Bye, Spider-Man.
And then it wasn't until like he removed or damaged whatever chip or whatever, like, he came back to his senses. And I'm not really a big fan when they do stuff like that in movies. Instead of, it was kind of a missed opportunity, because he had more than enough ammunition to be,
This party is gonna start.
pissed off at, let's say, like Osborn. And I think at no point in that movie does he really go after Harry Osborn, even though it seems like it might be like, he could feel like in his right to do so. But nope, instead they just went with the accident made him crazy. So we'll see how they handle it in this game. Hopefully it's better. But speaking of Spider-Man 2s, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, this area was featured. I'm not necessarily sure, like... I mean, this area is just, like, so you have a little spot here where... Ooh, what? Oh, there you are.
These guys are like cockroaches. You can't get rid of them. Oh man, thanks.
So anyways,
Thank you.
so you see, like, there's like a little coffee shop right here to go get some coffee and, sit and chill on a table outside. You got street performers, whatever. But then you come over here and you have, like, this little stairway here, but people also use it to sit and chill. And you can take a good look at all the signs that are on about, and it's just a cool place just to sit and chill and whatever. That's that. But this spot was prominently featured in Amazing Spider-Man 2 during the fight sequence with Electro, because you can't have a fight sequence with Electro without it at least happening in Times Square. That's the rules. I don't make it up. Oh, it says re-elect Osborn, so he's been mayor. Interesting. Alright. Oh, I just realized, once I do these last few, I'll be done with the landmarks. Like, okay. I get comfortable. Fucking chair. Yeah, like a context sensitive thing keeps coming up, but I don't know what it is. Like, it goes up for a second. Daily Bugle.
The Daily Bugle. Always a great paper. Even more now that Jameson's retired.
That looks like a museum, but with the Shakespeare poster, like it's probably a theater.
Beautiful.
Oh, New York Library. Okay. Could be that too. You know, and here's like interesting as well because on top of the library, you know, you got little areas to sit and chill in. Alright, so if anything, at the very least, I will do the landmarks, and then before I call it a night.
Perfect. Nice.
Okay, so this is the Chrysler Building. If I'm not mistaken, in the game Parasite Eve, after you beat the game, you get a New Game Plus. And in the New Game Plus, you have access to the Chrysler Building. And the Chrysler Building is supposed to be basically like this multi-floor, like, survival type thing, I believe. I don't know, I'm not too sure because I beat Parasite Eve, and I did go to the Chrysler Building just to kind of see, like, how it is. You know, but by the time I beat Parasite Eve and completed the story, you know, I lost interest in doing extra stuff like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be like this multi-floor survival thing where like every floor was like a randomly generated floor. So but like I said, I never completed. I think I did maybe like first couple floors just to check it out, and that was that.
That's a keeper.
Oh, it must have been this one then. Oh yeah, that's the Chrysler Building. Let me... Because I was like... It's a bit short to be the Chrysler Building. Obviously that's Empire State Building, but... Here, take a picture of that. Grand Central Terminal, Submarine Embassy. Chrysler Building. Yeah, because obviously this is Empire State Building. Okay, no, this is supposed to be Empire State. I don't know my buildings. Okay, oh no, Empire State Building's over here. Okay. Okay, that is the Empire State Building. Alright. So yeah, getting my buildings confused.
May's party is gonna start soon.
No, it's not. Don't lie to my face like that. Okay, so this be the Empire State Building. You know, which you can tour, if I'm not mistaken, and... So yeah, the Empire State Building. So this right here. Okay, so I don't know why it's telling me subject off center unless it has to do with the Wakanda embassy right next to it. So, but anyways, so this right here is the Chrysler Building that I mentioned before. So this building makes a lot more sense in terms of Parasite Eve, because you have to go up each of the floors until you reach the very top. That's what I'm assuming it is. I don't remember how many floors supposed to be or anything like that. In the original, in the Spider-Man animated series that was in the 90s, the top of this building served as Kingpin's lair, which maybe it is in the comic books too, or at least at one point. I don't know, he has many different bases. Alright, let's continue forth. Alright, so this is the Wakandan embassy that you actually see a few times in the comics. Because it's kind of his in between being in Wakanda, being in New York, especially being you know, an on and off Avenger.
I wonder if King T'Challa got his powers from being bitten by a radioactive panther.
Huh.
Dude's tough, but that'd still probably hurt.
I think it was the last. Never mind. Viola Bishop. If the future does include. There we go. If the future does indeed dictate or influence the past, it could explain so many weird coincidences I have experienced. And it's Viola Bishop talking about time stuff. It's too bad I can't like do something to like, I don't know, retweet or reply something, I don't know. Alrighty. There's that. Must be the United Nations building.
Ooh, love that shot.
And looks like I got a trophy for my troubles. I guess, yeah, nothing else left to do but to do a story mission. So, you know what? I might just do a story mission and then call it a night. I don't know. Nah, I should really call it a night. I should be a good boy. But if I'm going to do a story mission, let me use a story outfit. Now, as far as the suit powers that I've tried out so far, do like battle focus. So I can raise my meter. I can do finishers. I can heal. So it sounds just overall useful. Then we got Web Blossom. She's used to web up enemies, like everything around them. The thing that I don't know for certain when I was testing it out, if it permanently like knocked out those enemies, because that's kind of like, you know, deal breaker for me. Like, you know, whether or not, you know, it knocks out the enemies, or does it just web them up long enough for me to like go and beat them up or beat up other enemies. I don't know. Probably have to look into that. Try that out. The rock out I really like, because that one for sure I knew it knocked out enemies. You know, it seems to have the same level of area effect as the Web Blossom. Web Blossom just looks really cool because, you know, it's a Spider-Man thing. The Iron Arms is mostly alright. I think just one of the problems I have with it is, you know, it takes multiple hits to kill an enemy. The bigger enemies take more hits, and it kind of just hits enemies away, but you can hit multiple enemies, it seems, at once. You can hit, you know, it doesn't matter if they have shields, if they're big, if they have weapons, you can just hit them like normal. So, for the most part, it is mostly cool. Just the downside is, you know, arms aren't as strong. And I still haven't gotten to use this yet. What's down? What do I want? Battle Focus? I'll even take Web Blossom or the guitar. Might just take the guitar. I don't know. Shit, I really don't know. I just don't know what I want. Oh, I never whip this shit back. Damn it. Yeah, but seriously, I very undecided what I want. Alright, I'm gonna choose Web Blossom just so I can make sure, like, how exactly it works. Oh, how you doing? What are you doing? I think I'm gonna left for a night. If anything, I will do my best to come back on tomorrow. Don't know when exactly. I would like it to at least be you know, maybe early afternoonish, but with me, who the hell knows? Just check quick. So yeah, I think with that being said, I'm definitely gonna call it a night. But yeah, because I haven't really done anything much story related because I did the intro of the game, and then after that, like right away, I went to go, you know, unlock the areas and collect the backpacks, and then went into the lab, you know, to fix the suit or whatever, and came back and I had the landmarks unlocked and the Kingpin hideouts. Did that, and yeah, I think this will finally be the first story mission I do, but that'll be for next time. I think it'd be best for next time to you know, to do a story mission and get right back into the game. So. Alright, so for all you assholes who didn't show up to check me out and just left me babbling on my own. But you know, really for anyone else who happens to see this, have a good night or whatever. And hopefully I see you tomorrow and over the weekend. So later. Why do I have so many? Alright. Installed and sun. A bunch of updates. Why did this get an update? Version what? On Saturday. Why does this have an update, people? Why do you have this many updates? What is wrong with you? I had my system off for a while. Like completely off, so it's like I turned it on and like here's all the updates you didn't get to do yet. I'll have to look into this. Like, why did this need an update? So, alright. Have a good night.